The British coastline offers a sanctuary for our coastal and marine wildlife. This beautiful part of the North Wales coast is Gronant Dunes, a special habitat for one particular migratory seabird species, the endangered and iconic little tern. Gronant is a particularly important breeding site for the little tern, as it holds the only remaining colony in Wales and one of the largest in the UK. A 5-year nationwide recovery project supported by the EU Life Plus Fund and the RSPB has been underway to help return the little tern population to sustainable levels. Henry Cook is the Life Plus officer here at Gronant.
Trends in the UK for little tern have been falling in recent decades, so that's what led to the start of the Life Plus project, and that has seen numbers stabilise nationally. We're now under 2,000 pairs, around 1,700 pairs in the UK, so numbers are still low. If in years to come we can start to turn around that trend. At Gronant, numbers have been going up ever since wardening began. Back in the mid-60s, volunteers appeared and helped with, just out of the goodness of their hearts, helped to keep predators away. We were down to about 1 or 2 pairs at that point. Ever since then, numbers have been gradually growing. The RSPB took over in the mid-70s. At that point, there still weren't many, and now we're managed by Denbighshire County Council, and we're knocking on the door of 200 pairs, so yeah, it's a good story.
Little terns across the UK face many threats due to loss of breeding habitat, human disturbance and predation from a variety of species.
They've always had to put up with the natural factors. The natural sort of forms of disturbance or predation on the terns include things like foxes, badgers, stoats, weasels, crows, the list goes on and on. It is the electric fencing which keeps the majority of the ground predators out, so the larger ones, the badgers and the foxes. The fox has the potential to eat all the eggs in a colony in one session, in one sitting, so that's the priority, I would say.
Gronant Dunes is a special area managed by Denbighshire Countryside Service, who help to protect this sensitive seabird's vital nesting habitat. In recent years, their dedicated warden and officer team have also been able to rely on the fantastic support of volunteers from the North Wales Little Tern Group. The group's treasurer, Patrick Kelly, has been involved since its inception.
North Wales Little Tern Group was set up 3 years ago by Adrian, Christie and myself with the aim of supporting Countryside Services who manage Gronant Dune Little Terns, and the purpose was to get money from pots that are available that Denbighshire can't access, and to also to interact with the general public to encourage more people to come down and volunteer for the little terns. And that's meant that we've had lots of predator watch. We've had help with assembling 2.5 kilometres of electric fence. We've had the hide quite active this year. A lot of the members have joined specifically to access the hide so they can look down on the beach to all the little terns. We're looking forward to fitting geolocators to about 20 birds. Professor David Norman is coming along, is going to do that for us next year to make it rather exciting, because we can then look and see where the birds have gone. So if anyone wants to sponsor a little tern with a geolocator, by all means they can, and they can even give the bird a name.
There are plenty of opportunities to get involved as a volunteer at Gronant. Membership fees and grants given towards the work of the Tern Group has brought in much needed income for equipment. The initial stage of the breeding season is an incredibly important time for the terns as they bond and lay their first clutch on the beach. In these uncertain times, the wardens and volunteers play an essential part in the birds' protection from predation. Throughout the season, volunteers and wardens carry out daily maintenance and monitoring duties, as well as predator deterrence.
3 wardens who look after the site. They cover all the hours God sends, and between them they deal with predator deterrence, dealing with the public, monitoring the birds, so there's never a dull moment for the wardens. Or diversionary feeding to try and lure the kestrels away, and many of these methods have shown to work quite well at Gronant.
Activity in the colony peaks when adults turn their attention from brooding newly hatched chicks to the constant effort of catching sand eels to feed hungry young. The chicks become mobile very quickly and move around the colony. In order to establish how well the colony is faring, clutch counts are carried out to assess hatching rates and chick survival. Professor David Norman has been ringing at Gronant for many years and knows just how important it is to conduct monitoring studies such as this in an attempt to improve our knowledge of little terns' breeding behaviour and improve conservation efforts.
Colouring was started as part of this European Union funded Life Plus project, which has coordinated study and conservation across I think it's about a dozen little tern colonies in England and Wales. Of course this is the only one in Wales. So that started just 4 years ago. The main aim of the colour ringing is so that people can observe through telescopes mostly the colouring bird and discover where they've come from without having to trap the birds again. And the Gronant seems to attract birds from other places in the Irish Sea, from the east coast of Ireland, from the Isle of Man, from Cumbria. But we put a lot of effort into trapping adults on the nest, as well as ringing chicks and colouring chicks. But one of the adults that we trapped on its nest turned out to have been one that I had ringed here as a chick in 1993. So that bird was just a few days short of its 25th birthday. This 25-year-old little tern is the oldest which has ever been recorded in Europe, probably the oldest in the world as well. And now it is colour-ringed, and we will all be watching anxiously and avidly to see if that colour-ring can be read next year, and hope that it comes back and adds another year to the longevity record.
Soon these chicks are ready to fledge and begin roosting with the adult terns on the shoreline. They'll spend these last few weeks of the summer feeding and waiting for their moment to take to the skies before beginning the long journey to the feeding grounds in Africa. For a bird which weighs so little, this is an incredible migration, and one which they will hopefully repeat year upon year as they return to this site here at Gronant Dunes to raise chicks of their own in future.